Alright, now we're going to get the male part of this inlay done. I've already opened up V-carve. Remember when I copied and pasted our vectors when I was doing the female inlay? Well, this is that V-carve opened up. Our vectors are here. Our work piece is the same size. It's another piece of 2x2, 3/4 thick. It's XY is dead center. Z0 is the bottom of the workpiece. We're in inches again, so we're going to go right. We're going to go right to tool paths. Well, actually, no, we're not. There's one other thing I almost forgot to do here. We have to draw a vector around this workpiece. V-carve is has to have two vectors here. It has to have the vectors for the tree, and it has to have another vector outside here. So it'll carve away everything between the vector of the tree and the outside vector. You'll see what I mean when I get to the preview. So we're going to draw a square around our workpiece, just a little tiny bit bigger. And there we go. We're going to close that, and we're going to select our vectors for the tree of life there. And if we hold down the shift button and left click, we also selected that square that we just drew around our workpiece. Now we can go to the tool paths toolbar, and we're going to click on a V-carve engraving toolpath again. Our start depth on this one is going to be 0.1 because we don't want any flat spots on our male inlay. So we're going to start below the surface on this just a little bit, so we get a nice V-carve on the whole inlay. So it'll fit into that female inlay just right. So we start at 0.1. Our flat depth on this is going to be 0.2. We have the same tool selected. We have the 60-degree 1/4 inch V-bit. We're going to use a flat area clearance tool on this because even though it's a 2x2 piece, not a big piece to work with, really don't want the little V-carve bit hogging all that wood off. So we're going to select a flat area clearance tool to go in with these tool paths, and it's just going to be a 1/4 inch end mill. So we'll select that, and we'll name this file Tree of Life Male, and we'll calculate it. There you can see it calculated the tool path, switched to the 3D view, and now we're going to preview them and see what it looks like. Really doesn't look like that 1/4 inch end mill is going to take a lot of material off on this, but what little it does will save my V-bit. So you notice this one here isn't going as fast as the female part. But really, it's probably only a 6 or 7 minute run on the machine anyway. And that's it. She's run. And I don't know if you can see over here, but I have 2 tool paths on my tool path list. The first one is calling for the 1/4" end mill, and the second one is calling for the 60° V-bit. So we'll close that out. Click on Save Tool Paths. Post processor for this one, since there's 2 different tools here, we're going to use a tool change post processor. With my machine, it'll measure the first tool when the program starts, and it'll run that first tool path. When it's over, it shut down the router. You change tools. You press enter. Once your tool change is done, it'll move over. It'll measure that tool. And it'll come back. You put the dust boot back on, press enter, and it'll run that second tool path. But let's close this out. Let's go to the 3D view, and let me get rid of those lines so you can kind of see what this looks like. And that should fit right in the female. You can feel them when they lock in. I mean, there's really no doubt in your mind that it's fitting into place once it locks in. You know, when you get the glue in there and get your clamps on. Doesn't look that great when you first put it together, but when you get it sanded down and see what you end up with, it's a pretty good method for detailed inlays.